Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone, chess enthusiasts in Brunei, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to MindQuest Online Premier Chess League 2021. Today, we're playing match number 25 and 26. Basically, this match day 7 is the last round. It's the last match in round 1. So I believe everyone here is eager to see everyone performing their best tonight. I'm here joined by none other by Pangeran Kadri. Assalamualaikum, Pangeran Kadri.
Waalaikumsalam, Abdul Matin. How are you?
Good, Alhamdulillah. Trying to keep safe. And Alhamdulillah juga, we've heard anulah, today's COVID case is not that high. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
I think we're eager to actually anulah one day anulah go play over the board lah.
Yeah.
But I think until then, we're okay to play online. I think that's why this live stream is brought to you by MindQuest to ensure everyone is staying safe at home and enjoy chess lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for tonight, Pangeran, so the game is between Manchester United versus
Begawan Gambit.
Begawan Gambits. Yes.
Yeah.
So looking at the lineup, I know there's the famous Ellen is there.
Yeah.
So are you like Team Ellen, or I think Ellen is up against Liana, if not mistaken,
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Both four.
Yes. Yeah. So are you Team Ellen or Team Liana?
Uh, I like the underdog team, the MU.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
always be my favorite.
So basically, we'll be also, I think, joined by, I would say, Ellen fans.
Ellen Stewart, yeah.
Yeah. So we hope to see the kind of support that they gave that night. So Ellen did manage to win the game, but anyway, we try to be neutral tonight. We try to give support to both teams.
Yeah.
We'll see how they perform, but we hope that both teams will perform their best tonight lah.
Yeah.
Yes. I see here in the comment,
And
they say chat is usually lively when Ellen is playing.
yes, correct.
So everyone eager to see Ellen lah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start soon.
So the first spot will be Awang Kwafizan against Nazri. Second board, Amir versus Ilham. And third board, Faiz against Zawawi. And fourth board, Liana against Ellen, famous Ellen.
Yes.
And if you look at the lineup, if you agree with me, if we look at the key players, Begawan Gambit is slightly dominant.
Yes.
Their key players are Hafizon, Amir, and Faiz. And while MU, they only have two key players saja, Nazri and Ilham. And I think it's an advantage for Begawan Gambit. Okay. Fine. The game has started already. Shall we go to the game, please?
Already to move 9. So here is a game between Nazri versus Uncle Hafizon. Nazri in white,
Yeah. So bishop e2 for short castling.
Short castling, yes.
And h5. It's a very aggressive move by Awang Kwafizon. Maybe he is trying to attack the pawn on g2 with the h pawn.
Yes.
If you see the development, black punya development is very quick. Only the bishop, the minor pieces, only the bishop on c8 is not activated. But with the idea of pushing the pawn h5 itu, the pawn itself working together lah, with the bishop on c8.
Mhm. So for example, just to see the idea here, because I think if you're playing blitz or bullet, long castle is also another possibility here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure what's the idea here.
Yeah.
From Man City.
It will be fascinating and exciting to do opposite side castling, but in this because of the pawn on c4, it's easily exploited with a6 and b5. So I think white will not consider long castling. Okay, bishop d7, trying to preparing for rook c8. Mhm. Okay, short castling. Okay, h4. He proceeds with the idea to do the pawn breaking. It's very aggressive.
Yeah. And at the same time, I think black is very, very safe, huh? In a way, yeah.
And if we look at the position, actually, I think black is really know how to to play this game. And knight takes c6. And I do think that is a good idea. Knight takes c6 because in this game actually the pawn formation of white c4 and e4 is basically to control the square d5. But this one after knight takes c6, I'm just wondering why it's not taking with the b pawn
Yeah,
so that
well,
I can do pawn breaking with d5.
yeah, and actually trying to help the middle pawns as well. If pawn, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Uncle Person have other ideas, huh?
Yeah. Maybe to play b7 and put the bishop to b7 maybe. Mhm. Okay, bishop h6. Yeah. Offering exchange, trying to create weaknesses, the dark squares h6, and the opponent best lah. Okay, what do you think about this position, Martin?
Um, I I mean, if I were black, I mean, I feel more in control. But white, I don't know. I think in a way, white still have some kind of initiative play here as well. Because castle has been done, rooks connected, open file. I mean, for white, there's a semi-open file. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
queen is controlling the D
Mm-hmm.
file.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if Nasri plays on the queen side better here after the
Mm-hmm.
trade, if there's a trade,
Mm-hmm.
then I think it would be good. Um, but then again, I mean, Onkofizon has a very solid black position on the king side, so it's really hard to tell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah.
Mm.
And actually, I like white position actually
Mm.
because the I can say after bishop h6, white managed to refute the idea of black punya early pawn attack to with h4. So because after this, I don't think the bishop, I mean the pawn on h4 tu, apa ni, be able to to do pawn breaking effectively,
Mm.
because sebenarnya macam not coordinating with the bishop anymore. Macam tadi bishop on c8 itu ada, but now no more.
And it's like a lone pawn lah, trying to break
Yeah,
alone. So
Yeah.
usually ada bedangan lah ni orang.
Yeah. Ini jadi kelemahan pula. Jadi kelemahan.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. King H7 encouraging white to do the exchange. So gaining tempo. I think should take the job. Bishop takes G7, King takes G7, and then just maybe can stop the pawn advance with H3.
So making the file completely locked lah, the H file, not giving chance to open, because I think the rook F8 can swing to H8 and yeah.
But I don't see there's a way for black to attack the king side pula. I mean, ia boleh doing the attack, tapi I don't see ia boleh penetrate lah, because I don't see ia ada having enough pieces to do. Even ia punya king pun exposed je di sana. And white is comfortable actually with this position. So
Shall we, while waiting, I think, shall we go to the other board?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, maybe we can look at game board 2. This is between
Amir and Ilham.
Amir and Chigilham.
Okay,
So
Chigo Amir is playing black and Amir is playing white. B takes C4. Material balance, it's balance, huh? Okay. B takes C4. Okay. If you look at the pawn structure, it's symmetrical here. And okay, knight A5. So attacking the pawn on C4 and also giving away for the bishop on B7. Maybe try to play D takes C4.
yeah. I think white just need another defender for the C4 pawn.
Or maybe ia akan buka the C because ia punya bishop pun tertutup je kan.
Yeah.
But I don't think C takes D5 is not. I think it's not a good idea.
Because the bishop at B7 is more dangerous. I think for white, yeah, on the dominant diagonal.
Yeah. Interesting. So it's difficult to decide which pawn to take. If rook C1, the pawn on A3 will be weak. And this position, typical idea for black is to play queen B6. All right, knight D2, protecting the pawn on C4. And maybe the idea of knight D2. Also, if black D takes C5, maybe the knight can go to D6. If there changes like in pawn structure, so the knight can reach D6 square. So, in this position, it's not easy to just lihat at a glance. I'm still doing deep calculation here. All right,
Yeah.
C D4. Okay, which is for me it's good.
Mm.
Okay, bishop takes D4. Okay, and okay, nice one. Knight C5. You can see the the pieces along D5 is actually weak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some
Yeah.
unprotected. Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially the
Yeah.
bishop E3. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm. And black is good here.
Mm.
Black is good. More activity than white. Actually, white is defending pula.
Yeah.
Mhm. And there is a potential for a good bishop on B7 bila kalau open
Mm.
D takes C4. Queen C2. Uh, is it? I'm not sure about the idea of Queen C2. I don't see any. I don't see any much difference lah. Queen D1 and Queen C2. Uh,
Mm.
or maybe oh yeah, she takes D5 also not. It's not it's not possible because after Queen takes D5, there is a mat trap on G2. So there's
Yeah.
no way discover attack lah. Bishop takes C5 because ada mat trap on G2. But I don't think it's a good idea to play Queen C2 because if you see along the semi-open file, the C file is it's not good for white to put his queen over there. You see,
Oh,
okay, he make use of it. Yeah.
oh, it's the same. The
Mm-hmm.
same file as the rook. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So um, it's a it's a good game for black because not only able to equalize the position, but also yeah, ano lah, having a advantage, which
mm.
is satu ano lah, ya, pencapaian yang ano lah,
Yeah.
bagus sudah tu.
Mm.
Maybe shall we look at ano kali, the third board, Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let's go on the third board and see
Faiz versus Zawawi.
Nawawi. Oh.
Mhm. Faiz playing black and Zawawi is playing white. Okay.
Mm.
And H here balance is balance. Uh, hashtag G5. Um, okay.
Is there some tactic here? Uh,
I see this position. I categorize it's a there is something to do position. So
mm.
it means there is a tactical there,
Mm.
but we don't know how.
Yeah.
Maybe ideas. Bishop. Rook takes f7. Ideas like a bishop h7 check. Ideas like a queen. Just an idea lah. Move order tu two different story lah gitu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Hmm. Maybe white is planning to okay bishop h7 check. So yeah, it's a very good move. Hmm. Interesting.
Mm.
If If king takes a bishop, queen h5, check. King g8, then
Queen.
queen takes f7,
Yeah.
and then king h7, queen h5, check. Then king g8, then take the rook, queen queen e8, check. It's good for white.
Mm.
Uh, if refuting, um, what about okay, king f8, king f8.
Possibility to sacrifice
Yeah,
the rook. Huh?
rook
Is that?
takes f7. That's the
Mm.
immediate unlah.
Mm. Sure.
Check. Rook takes f7, check. King takes f7, and then definitely see, it's either queen f3 or queen takes d5. If queen takes d5, check. If bishop e6, maybe rook f1, check. King e7. Oh yeah, that's winning.
Then that's mate. Yeah.
Queen c5, check again.
And she. Yeah.
All right, you go for
That's
it.
good. Yeah. I think it's
Mhm.
interesting to see like
Interesting.
brave players try
Yes.
to sacrifice
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Brave, brave. Yeah. King takes f7. Okay, this is very crucial. Okay, queen
Your
takes
line.
d5. Check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you got to calculate two variations here. Bishop e6 or rook e6. Yeah. If we start from bishop e6, we calculated already. Tadi.
Mm. F1, rook F1.
Yeah. So actually, if you can see, the rook on a8 is not doing anything, and even worse, the queen on b2 also not really doing something,
Mm.
just attacking the rook on a1 saja. Okay.
Mm.
Alright.
Yep. Going for the same
Mm-hmm.
line.
Mm-hmm. Right. Rook f1. Okay.
Mhm. Mm.
Mm. Definitely lah. Ni dia boleh slow ni kalau attacking macam ni. Ada tempo here for black.
Yeah.
Dah akan menjadi ya. So losing a piece dah. So he got to all out tactic ni.
Yeah.
Slow saja. I know he got to do it fast. I mean find a false move. Okay, rook f1 check.
Good.
Mm-hmm. I think that's only move. Yeah, king e7.
Yeah.
It's a very good tactical play by White.
Mm.
And actually, if actually Zawawi, if you know, I think he ever trained, maybe not for a long time, but he did ever train with Hafizon.
Oh.
Mhm. And also Ellen, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Mm. So actually, I was expecting Bagawan Gambit having a huge advantage against this team because two of the dia punya kira former students which
Mm.
is Zawawi and Ellen so of course he knows his students punya strength and weakness
Yeah.
right and mhm. Queen
Queen takes G5.
G Queen G5 check. Mhm. Um, I'm not sure, but yeah. But of course, the candidate move is Queen G5 and also Queen C5.
Hmm.
But I much prefer to play Queen C5, but I'm not sure. Belum buat deep calculation. But anda saya lihat secara kasar saja lah, because
Yeah.
it's a safe place for the king to go to the queen side. It's more danger kan ada king side kan, so push the king to the king side lah, where yang ada danger sana. But still, the king is very very exposed. Rook D1 also coming. Check. Uh, it's very critical for for black here. But time ni dah berapa? Uh,
So yeah, so
1 minute and 51 seconds. Mm-hmm.
less than 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if he can find the mate lah.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, absolutely. Ni guarantee ada mat. Because I don't see all black punya pieces ni not coordinating.
Hmm.
Semua sekali semua sekali. Tidak ada yang terkecuali. Okay,
Oh no.
King C7. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think it's a Queen E5. Check is correct. I don't allow the king to go to B8. Mm-hmm.
So he needs
Keluarkan.
to
Right.
go out. He needs to go out.
Mm-hmm. Anda boleh tempat anda boleh shield bertapuk di dalam. So obviously king is it
Six, yeah, King D6.
king B6, if
Or
king or king C8.
mm,
King. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a interesting position.
yeah,
Ni tanda interesting position. If you feel macam berat untuk to move to the third board or fourth board,
yeah.
stop
You
watching,
really
and then you will
find
start
the
here.
yeah, the finishing move, yeah, the pikiran.
Yeah.
So
so that's the sign of a good position itu.
yes, so
Right, king c8. Okay. Okay. Queen c5. Check. King b. King b. Check. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
why?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, don't go for
oh,
draw.
perpetual,
Don't go.
yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
I think even for white,
It's
they
very.
can actually play some intermediate move as well because there's no immediate threat, kan, Jua?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He got to find the move lah. But
yeah,
because I think perpetual check tu is 100% sudah dalam tangan. So maybe take some time thinking lah.
yeah.
Anyway, okay, this is second game. Maybe yang apa ni third game maybe.
Oh yeah, the football, I
No,
think.
no, fourth, yeah, fourth,
Yeah.
fourth.
So this is between Liana and the famous Ellen. Oh, so Ellen won the first game.
I
Oh,
see. Okay. Um,
interesting. Hmm.
mm,
So now everyone is rooting to actually watch Ellen's game, huh?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, maybe we can stay on this page to see his second game. Liana.
Uh, he
Yeah.
should be the ambassador of this league, I think.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. This is a second game of
Hmm.
board four. Liana playing black and Ellen playing white. Material balance. Yeah, after E takes
Yeah.
F5, it's balance.
Yeah.
Mm. It's very tactical play by Liana.
Mhm.
I think he is very she payah sikit ni
Mm.
dah ramai lady players so tersasul he saja ni sekarang. uh, he's she's very familiar with this position.
Oh.
So mhm. uh, after e takes f5, the two candidate move lah here. E takes f5 or do the exchange first. Rook takes d8 check.
Yeah. Thinking of doing that.
Mm, yeah, of course. Because otherwise the rook will be going to b8, g8. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay. Bishop takes d8, and white got to be careful with the pawn on h3. But of course, and dah diambil kan on f5
Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully he remembers that.
Hmm.
But
Otherwise,
you know,
mhm.
like Alan, he always shock us with some amazing moves, like promote to knight, and we
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
he can see something that we don't
yes,
see.
yeah, and no wonder he got many fans out
Yeah.
there. Right, he takes f5, and it's the pen for black. Because white is trying to to counter along the d file,
Mhm.
and black is trying to put more pressure on the at the pawn on g2. Um, try to do something at the king side Ini imbalance position. And white black punya problem ni, dia punya bishop ni je. I think
Yeah.
on d8 itu because many pawns on not
Like,
many. I mean the apa ni, the pawn on e5, the central pawn itu bishop pawn also adalah apa ni boleh dikatakan adalah central pawn so dark square juga. Okay. Right. Rook. Rook
okay.
d7. Okay. Rook d7. Rook d7. I don't think it's a good move. D7 because after exchanging for queen takes d7, the pawn now dropping a pawn on e5.
Yep.
Mm.
I thought she was trying to take with the knight, but yeah, yes,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so I learned
Mm-hmm.
not to have any itulah je I would say some checks apalah. Kadang-kadang in this position, what is
What is trying to saja, having a good pawn structure, and then ada extra pawn pas pawn yang major tu the pawn island on the queen side and also the pawn island on the king side. And then yang f pawn tu, the f5 pawn tu ia punya something extra, and
yeah.
he got a good pawn structure. Kalau macam hitam, very weak pawn
Mm.
structure arah king side, h6 and F4. So easily drop lah. Huh? And try to try to apa ni to do exchange. Tapi ni kirakan advantage lah. With queen or without queen is still advantage lah for white.
Yeah. So I mean, if white wants to simplify terus, 4 straight pun boleh tu. If he's confident lah to convert the end game with pawns and 2 knights. Yeah.
But if white try to apa ni to stop white from counter play, of course kalau ndada pawn arah F4 tu, the black pawn arah F4 tu ndada ada counter play for for black. Tapi ni kalau digunakannya saja the pawn on F4 tu indah dimakan, just stop saja with knight F3 and then try to use the other knight to reach square E6. So anulah anda ada counter play for black. Just saja proceed with the plan dia punya pawn to do pawn promotion lah.
Yeah.
Mungkin tadi lihat ada games barangkali Abdul Matin.
Yeah, sure. So we go to port number 1 lagi.
Yeah.
See the first game won by Ongko Fizon. Can we go through the games kita tadi on the first game? Is it possible? See how. Okay. Okay. Let's wait today.
Oh.
Oh no. So it did become an open file again.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Actually if you replay maybe boleh replay kali sedikit ke belakang until move berapa tu. Okay, before the pawn drops. Okay, ini okay maybe sinilah. Okay, move. Okay, forward. Okay, ini memang yang did I mention tadi this ada along this diagonal ni selalu and I think B5 itu is too early to maybe terlampau awal barangkali to play B4. But okay, I think actually ni key-nya ni antara kunci for white actually the B pawn ni pula dia boleh hilang sebenarnya. So ni pawn arah the B pawn tu sebenarnya harapan pelang tu so kalau ia mati saja hilang habislah tu payahlah pasal C pawn is very very weak the pawn on C4 and after kalau okay cuba kedepankan sikit move take okay this one okay I don't think so. Queen E3 tu
Okay. I think taking the H4 pawn
is not a good idea. Yeah.
It's opening up the
Yeah. Okay.
So
never mind.
to Fizon. Let's see the second game, the live game.
Okay. Material balance. I like black position having a pair of bishop and it's a open position, so which is good for bishops. Ada good open file and a G file, and then coordinating with the bishop on B7. So I like black. I like black. Um, hmm. What's your comment on this, Martin? This
Yeah,
position.
I agree with you. Because Black has basically soon the G file will be dominated boleh juga by Black. Yeah, especially the pair of bishop, that's an advantage lah. Once there's some the pawns are being open apa sekarang. If he managed to retain the two bishops. So usually kadang-kadang white will offer some trade kan.
Mhm.
Yeah. But here I think white is trying to go
Push.
for push for pawn.
C5, yeah,
Yes, yeah,
C5.
because it's supported by two rooks at the back. I think so. Uh, Interesting to see lah.
Mm.
This pawn pawn push and then trying to break black.
So,
Hmm.
is there any way black try to prevent the pawn breaking C5? Mm,
C5.
um, mm, C5,
C5, yeah.
yeah, C5 is stopping the C5 idea by white.
Hmm.
Um,
Because I think it's still safe je because white doesn't have a dark square bishop at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah, so
mhm,
it's okay.
yeah.
Do that.
Mm. I think it's a good move. C5. And
Forward,
what's the
forward. Hmm.
for white? Hmm. Interesting position.
Hmm. Oh,
Um,
push. Huh?
sorry,
He decides to push.
push. Okay, D
Uh,
D5. Yeah, and kalau taking the pawn, E takes D5. Uh, it's not good pawn structure for white. For black now. This
hmm.
F7 and F6. If pushing E5.
Oh, he decides to take.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think exceptional lah, huh? Because kalau di push e5 ya close position which is not good for bishops.
Hmm.
That's why I think he decided to exchange the central pawn. Okay. Bishop c2. Uh, I think black should try to activate the rook on h8, tapi with the correct ano lah, huh? Correct apa ni? Correct placement.
Hmm.
Bishop c8. Bishop c8, e4. Okay. E4 supporting the central pawn. Um, I think should. Hmm.
In a way, tadi if you look at position just now, white macam
Mm-hmm.
in a way macam mana successfully able to induce the pawn lah and the king side
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of black to move forward. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
So trying to create itulah weaknesses at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Pinning the knight on f3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think yeah.
H3. Mm-hmm.
Hafizun would like to, yeah.
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 So opposite color bishop and black punya chance G file sharing pula with white. Black bishop is better than white. There's many pawns on the white
Yeah.
squares. Same color with the bishop on c2. So okay, he tries to stop queen e5. Maybe trying to put the bishop to d6, maybe, yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
And after able to stop the central pawn, maybe try to play at the queen side to go melalui arah g5 tu. But black got to be careful with the weak uh, weak squares on b6 and a6. There is an idea for pushing b4. Try to to open the diagonal for the queen
Yeah.
on f2. So it's unclear position. Maybe we can look at other barangkali game.
Yeah. Let's go
Mesin.
on the second board. Okay. Yun Ilham and
Cikgu Irham dengan Amir. Adalah ni. Okay.
so this is second game. So first game tadi menang Cikgu Ilham.
Cikgu Ilham. Ya, Cikgu Ilham menang. So this is apa ni? Material balance. It's balance. And central control. More control by white. Pieces activity. Okay, rook e8, controlling the e file, reinforcing white punya weakness along the e file, especially the square e3. So masalah white punya problem ni actually punya bishop the dark square bishop itu is defending and many pawns almost all dia punya pawns itu arah dark square. So rook e1, maybe try ia mau try to trap the rook. Ia nak mau black saja yang control the e file. Maybe ia punya plan try to counter with knight c3 and taking the pawn on e5 d5.
Yeah, that's also possible. Yeah, after if yeah, let's see 3.
And okay, bishop a6, taking the knight on e2, controlling along the f1 a6 diagonal. Tapi losing control of the the pawn on d5 dia punya danger lah tu. Maybe ia cuba planning to go to bishop c4, trying to protect the pawn on d5 with a more active bishop lah rather than arah b7. Maybe that's the plan.
Yeah, that's because that's a stable position. Yeah.
Yeah, and also blocking the rook on b4, protecting the pawn on d4.
Mm.
Okay, knight c3, attacking the pawn on d5, offering exchange, rook e1 with rook e8. Uh, mhm. So black is good,
Mm.
but all right,
Oh.
b takes c5,
Mhm.
b takes c5. Uh, Oh yeah, the d pawn cannot take the pawn
Mm.
on c5 because the knight
The knight.
on
Yep.
c3 is unprotected. Mhm. Yeah,
Oh, exchange check.
rook
Okay.
takes e8 check. Okay. Queen takes e8. Okay, now black is taking control over the e file. Um, it's very good position for black. Because central control is very important. Okay, now bishop takes b8, queen takes b8. Um, mhm. The knight takes d5.
You should play that. Yeah. Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um,
But it's still unclear.
mm.
Still
Yeah.
unclear. Yeah, clear. Unclear position. Um, Time also almost balanced lah. Huh?
Yeah.
7 minutes with 6 minutes,
Yeah.
almost balanced.
But now it's nearing to end game pulang na.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, knight takes d4. Um, okay, but king safety is black king is safer
Mm.
daripada white. White pawnnya arah f pawn itu is already advanced, so king ini exposed lah. Okay, now black having an extra pawn on c5, so it's a pass pawn. It's a huge advantage for black having a pass pawn. But still, it's not easy to to win this game, right? Still unclear lah for me. Maybe kata ni boleh lihat, maybe Abdul Matin look
Yeah.
at
Let's
the third
uh,
pot,
the third one.
Faiz versus Awawi. Uh,
Oh, so they finished the game, right? So Faiz managed to get his revenge
mhm.
over Zaubi. So let's see the game. Okay. Faiz is playing white.
Mhm. Okay, black pawn structure is not good. Okay, managed to no.
Mm. Oh,
Mhm.
oh, nice.
Oh, that was a blunder. Positionally blunder. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Oh, 2 pawns down. Oh. Mhm.
Oh, so he resigned.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
resign. Yeah. Time pun masih banyak. Huh?
they're playing like Blitzkrieg yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we look at the fourth game?
Yep. Let's see. Liana versus Ellen. This is the second game sudah.
Second game.
Oh, okay. So Ellen managed to beat Liana. Let's see the games. So in terms of points, it's sama masanya 3.5 and
Mhm.
3.5.
Three and a
So
half and 3.5. Mhm.
very, very exciting lah this time round. The final game of the round.
Yeah, first round.
Yeah. Do you think we can see the first draw, the first tie?
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe lah. Macam,
Okay. Uh, Black is having a bad pawn structure.
hmm.
Too many islands.
And also maybe for the ano je, audience tonight. So today we have ano lah, we have a puzzle that we want to share with the audience. After this game lah, we're gonna show that. So unfortunately, there's no prize. But ano lah, it's just a simple puzzle. Ano lah, just waiting for the 9:30 games. I think it'll be interesting lah to see the audience if they can find the solution.
Yeah. Okay. So at least still no games
Yeah,
still on.
let's go over the live games. Misalnya, I think bot one again.
Okay. Queen A4. Queen A4.
Also, this bot two between
This is bot 2, yeah.
Shigo.
Ilham and Amir Lani. Ilham played Queen A4, trying to the mat attack macam mana. It's not a mat attack, but a very apa ni, good move macam mana. Queen E8, check.
So Pangeran usually, as black, do you think he can maintain that 1 point advantage and try, maybe to queen that? See-
Yes, of course. Sebab Atu tak kelebihan dia kan. So bila Atu dah kelebihan, having a pass pawn, while opponent itu white in this case not having a pass pawn, so kata ni mesti menggunakan apa yang kata ni ada tu. So okay, Queen E2. Okay, Queen E2 trying to protect the bishop on A6 at the same time preventing white queen from coming to E8, and also restricting white punya bishop to move pasal ada mat threat di sana on F1, and also reinforcing white punya weakness on F3. So it's a good move, I think. Queen E2 by Amir. Queen D7. Queen D7. So I think there is a tactical here. Knight F3 check. Because after bishop takes F3, Queen F1 check, King H2, Queen F2 check, H1, and right. Okay, he found the move. Okay, Knight F3 check. So I think Queen D7 is a blunder. I think hope for white actually is to find a perpetual check pula after this after queen the queen d7 a blunder move. So two options here, but obviously already calculated lah tadi lah before this. Bishop takes f3 is losing after queen f1 check. Tapi I think that's the best lah. Bishop takes f3. If even worse, if king h1, you can play just a queen d1 check, and it's a post mat. Um, I think that's the only move, the best move. Bishop takes f3. Mhm. So after bishop takes f3, queen f1 check, king h2, queen f2, king h1, queen f3 check, king h2, and after that bishop d4 also can. I think that there is no way white can defend black punya attack. So maybe not bishop d4, bishop f1 also winning. So many options lah for black after having a piece up after this. Even apa ni inaccurate move pun boleh menang juga. It's two advantage.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, found the move. Like bishop g2, bishop f1. Bishop f1? No, bishop f1. Bishop queen, bishop d4. Okay, bishop d4. I think that's a blunder. Should be bishop d4, yeah. So now,
Is that perpetual? If,
not perpetual check. Is it? It's a mate. It's a mate in 3. Knight e7, check. Knight e7, check.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King is either king h1, king f8. It's a mate.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah. It's a postman. See, it's too maybe it's too
Yeah.
apa ni ni orang iski barangkali sudah tu kan mau menang tu.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you went either way lah, macam anu lah. So now Manchester is leading 4.5 and 3.5. I think they, in a way, they already won the game.
Mm-hmm.
4.5 and 3.5. Is that the last game? Yeah, should be the last game already. So we have a final score lah.
Mm-hmm. What
Um,
about this? Mm-hmm.
yeah. So the score is Begawan Gambit 3.5. Manchester 4.5 lah. Oh.
What about the tadi the first tadi
Okay,
sudah
let's go
habis sudah
first board today.
first board
Yeah, P-Zone 1.
season 1.
It's 2-0 first board. I think berlawanan kali yan macam first board apa ni Begawan Gambits, and then second board Manchester cuba lawan lah lagi to equalize 2-0
Yeah.
menang. And then third board pun berlawanan juga, win and loss. Macam itulah. I think yeah, it's interesting lah. I think syok lah melihat kalau macam mana lah.
Yeah.
Macam banyak berlawanan.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting to
So
see.
apalagi kalau Blade Gambit Blade Dragons tu is lagi
So
interesting.
tomorrow will be Black Dragons versus Asars. Number one and number two is adalah the last match of round one actually. And it's like a deciding match lah.
Yeah.
Who will top the table in this first round ni lah. So interesting to see tomorrow. They will be on 9:30 p.m. lah. So hopefully the audience can watch and stay tuned and watch the game lah. They will be very very interesting.
Yeah.
So I think we can leave the stream. Tapi before that, maybe we can share the puzzle for audience here. Again, unfortunately, there's no prize tonight. I don't know, maybe just a pat on your back if you get the solution, or just some bragging rights, lah. Huh?
Mhm.
In a way to. So maybe you can, know, show the puzzle. Uh, Yep. Okay. So here's the simple puzzle. This is actually a puzzle contributed by our member lah, again
Mhm.
RZ, Isla,
Mhm.
Israel Candelario. So
Mhm.
he actually made this puzzle himself. Huh? Uh,
Mm.
so I mean, it's interesting. He actually shared this with our group as well. So we had
Mhm.
it's a fun time to basically try to find the solution here. So I
Mm.
think it is also for the audience here. Try to
Mhm.
type in the solution lah in the comment section while waiting for the
Mhm.
second game tonight.
Mhm.
Again, there's no prize, tapi I mean we encourage people to find the mate into. Yeah. Again, this is a normal. I know white goes up the board, black goes down. There's no hints lah here lah. Huh? I think just straightforward like a normal chess
Mhm.
puzzle. So
Mhm.
yeah. So it must be made in two lah. Yeah, not
Mhm.
made in three. So itulah that's the yeah. Later on maybe we'll reveal the solution. Tapi at the same time, please provide your solution in the comment box.
Mhm.
We will see lah if anyone has gotten the solution. Yeah. So I think Yan, we can leave the stream right now and go
Mhm.
and resume back karang maybe close to 9:20 ya.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yan, ah? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a break dulu.
Yes, have a break. So everyone, yeah, try to solve this puzzle while waiting. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome back to the MindQuest Online Premier Chess League 2021. Again, this is match day 7, which is the last uh, game in round 1. Along with me is none other than Firan Kadri. So tonight, Niana,
Mhm.
we will be observing ano niya, Al Fatah versus Sputnik.
Versus Sputnik, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So looking at the lineup, Yan, what's your verdict nih?
Uh, Al Fatah ni dia punya lineup ni is a very good lineup lah. It's a uh, apa ni uh, some apa ni well known chess players lah like macam Piran Salehin, Zekri also, Adib, Syafiq. And kalau Sputnik ni even their names ni pun also unfamiliar juga. They are new players. Wafi, Isa, Yap, and Nashrul. And kalau kita ni lihat apa ni Al-Fatah ni dia apa ni advantage apa ni to win this match lah tonight against Sputnik.
Yeah.
It's my personal view. But we'll see. Sometimes uh, uh, dalam especially dalam this league banyak kejutan kan. We never know. Sputnik boleh buat kejutan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hoping for itulah.
Mhm.
I mean, just for the for the love of chess,
Mhm.
we want Sputnik to
Yeah.
put their best ano lah, best
Yeah.
game. Don't give
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even Manchester United, I didn't expect je tadi boleh mengalahkan Bergamo Gambit.
Hmm.
So it's mungkin terjadi juga for Sputnik against Al Fatah. We
Yes.
never know.
Yeah. Yeah. Kadang-kadang for the last game ini mungkin some people rise to the occasion.
Mhm.
Maybe some I don't know. Okay, so
Yeah.
the game has started.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Um, mm,
I think
the
there's
game. Mhm.
slight lag there on the
Mhm.
side.
Yeah.
I think it should be okay now. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's moving now.
Alright. First board,
Mm,
Pingiran Salihin, black, and
mm,
Wafi is playing white.
mhm.
Um,
Yep.
mhm. Okay, still white baru saja doing a short castling.
Mm,
Uh, I believe this is a Scandinavian defense for opposition. E6, still
mm,
a developing move lah. Try to give way for the dark square bishop
mm,
for bishop e7 and then maybe short castling maybe h3 bishop h5 um,
So Pengiran Salihin is always famous for his Scandinavian defense, huh? With
yes
Queen D6 variation.
mhm,
uh,
yes
very very.
and this is a kalau for white having a pin knight on f3 ni is very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So white tries to to apa ni to unpin the knight.
Yes.
Especially the key ideas in Scandinavian is to reach the square e5 with the knight. So if the knight is pinned, so memanglah it's not good for white. And hmm, so um,
So white is just taking his time lah to.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe try to play rook e1 ideas. And
Yeah.
mhm,
So he plays
yeah,
the
rook
K1.
e1. Yeah. So
Mm.
typical ideas in against Scandinavian. Rook e1, controlling the e file, semi-open file. Bishop e7. Scandinavian yeah is very apa ni flexible,
Mm.
flexible. Dia boleh long castling and then short castling pun boleh juga. So bishop e7 could be yeah looks like yang preparing short castling pula tapi could be a delay jo with knight b d7 and then long castling.
Mm. Yeah. Can surprise the opponent lah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But white got to be careful with the pawn on d4. Okay, bishop g5, a developing move. All right, and knight b d7 expected, and um, black is preparing to do long castling. Looks good for black
Mm-hmm.
due to the pawn on d4 it is very weak, and then combine lagi for ada potential bila black doing long castling and then the rook
Mm.
automatically attacking the pressuring the pawn on d4,
Yeah.
coordinating with the bishop on h5, pinning the knight on f3. And maybe white, okay, that's g4. It's quite an aggressive move. Um,
Oh.
uh, okay, maybe he is trying to yeah. You see, unpinning the knight obviously on f3. Now the knight is free to move, and the idea of freeing the knight could be you try to make use of the diagonal h2 and h2 p8 diagonal with the bishop f4, maybe queen d2 idea,
Mm.
maybe
Yeah.
uh, but of course dia punya problem ni the pawn on g4 is very weak and easily break with black punya idea pushing the pawn h5. So um,
So do you think like white is now showing some vulnerabilities pa lang Joa? Yan
mhm,
tapi
mhm.
uh, yeah, again, I mean, it's itulah, there's a potential I mean, white shouldn't trade the bishop basically.
Mhm.
There's a possibility of opening the H file juga at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
don't think that is a good idea.
dangerous play.
Yeah,
White.
it's a. Mhm.
Oh yeah, H file is.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it's very dangerous, especially just a move saja black can do long castling
Mm.
so now ada tempo lagi, so white has to protect the pawn on h3. Ada idea lagi knight takes g4, and then if h takes g4, but of course if there is a knight on f3 itu is not there, can
Mm.
attack at the h2 check going in
Yeah. Mm.
uh, it's quite risky to apa ni to play like this as white Mm.
Yeah.
And I think white should to apa ni okay, king g2 protecting the pawn on h3, and maybe black ni just doing long castling saja
Mm.
maybe and after black doing long castling. Of course, I think opportunity for white itu is not many ya, and ada banyak option lah di sini ya. It's either to play the apa ni to play the center, tapi it's not easy to anu juga to attack at the center. Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, apa ni opposite side castling ini ya, white try to initiate at the queen side. Mhm. Maybe even considering sacrificing the pawn on b2 with b4, maybe ya.
Yeah.
And after long castling, idea of reaching the knight to e5 is also possible. Pun di sana pun the white black punya pawn on f7 is weak. There's some ideas.
I don't know what's Pangeran atau Pangeran Sal is thinking juga. Ni I think he's trying to calculate kira je macam kira.
He is trying to choose actually to do long castling or short castling because short castling also possible. Pasal there is no danger pula. There is no walaupun pawn itu look scary, tapi it's harmless. For me, I see it's harmless. G4 and apa ni the pawn G4 tu, you know, it's very solid. Pawn structure at the king side for black itu is solid. So ia ada choice untuk memilih to play positionally or tactically ya. Kalau ia apa ni, ia moment tactical, ia go for opposite side castling and then so now ia calculating if ia long castling apa anulah what will black white reply. Maybe ia calculating b4, maybe ia calculating knight e5. Pasal okay, he is going for tactical game, and it's going to be fun. I like this kind of
Yeah.
game.
Usually ano na yan rakat jarang movement.
Yeah, I like this kind of game.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
kalau maybe for us kali, kalau yang main mungkin tadi ada masa tadi memilih yang jalan selamat lah.
Yes.
Tapi you know why this is so exciting, fascinating. Winning losing apa ni, it's orang punya game juga. It's
Yeah.
not our game.
Yeah.
So we enjoy the outcome saja.
The outcome, yeah. So
Yeah.
and also ada juga yan, I think one interesting thing juga pasal this league is actually is also like some experimenting adalah it's an experiment je lah for players pun can also in a way experiment different types of attacking, opening apa je. I think it's opportunity lah. I think at the same time the experience will build je lah. Macam it's a good thing lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this ano is not federated, so and ano lah ni orang it's like a fun ano lah league. Of course, towards so memang everyone wants to win lah definitely.
Yes.
So memang ano lah the pressure is there for tapi it's in a way when the league was initially started was the idea was meant to be ano lah macam kira you know because of COVID and ano lah trying to make this active. Tapi interestingly, people are playing serious chess.
Yeah. Fun into serious.
Yeah. Oh.
Actually, I also notice when people say I play chess for fun, most likely they are playing chess for very serious pulang tu. Selalunya opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, knight. Okay, so tadi I pun ada mention this knight move, knight e5. Alright, he's going for rook rook d f8, defending the pawn on f7. Okay, so I think now white managed to apa ni to slow down black punya activity at the king side. On knight e4. Knight e4. Mm-hmm. Is he forcing a exchange? Knight e4, knight e4, bishop takes e7.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to play knight e4. I personally think. Why? Because black ini he is very happy to move his knight on f6, allowing dia punya pawn on apa ni, weak pawn on f7 itu be used as strength pula to do pawn breaking with f5,
Yeah.
and also exchanging uh, the black the dark square bishop itu, bishop g5 with bishop e7. Black will be happy because if exchanging the diagonal, d1 d8 h4 diagonal itu will be used by black, and try to pressure the pawn on h3. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, he's going for it. So I think that's the only move to play bishop takes e7. And because if rook takes e4, white is just simply losing a bishop with a bishop takes g5. Okay, all right. So bishop takes e7, and also it's a forced move. So queen takes e7, obviously. Hmm. All right. Rook takes e4. This is a very dangerous for white.
Yeah.
The pawn on h3 is very weak, and the diagonal d8 h4 diagonal is also weak. And right, rook takes e4. So idea ada idea apa ni, gaining tempo with knight f6, and then try to reach d5, and also try to apa ni, make use the square f4 for the knight maybe, and then pushing the pawn g5. It's a very good square for the knight, black knight, to reach f4, attacking the pawn on h3, combining with the queen on h file, with the rook on h file. That's apa ni, another option
Yeah.
for black.
Yeah, usually
So
night maneuver ni kadang-kadang very silent tapi macam in the threatening soalnya, tapi
yeah.
eventually will reach towards the the targeted square
Mm-hmm.
yang yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Hmm.
And I think White punya idea on the other hand, try to put his queen to g3, because along that diagonal h2 and b8 diagonal too, it's weak for black, and also the d6 square, which is also weak. Maybe try to put the queen on g3, and then maneuver the knight to c4, and then reach d6. Okay, ideas macam itulah okay. And of course ia akan maybe ada idea. Okay, knight takes e5, and then rook takes e5, and okay, this position apa ni, kira macam rook plus queens pawns. So it's good apa ni, for black lah. I can say apa ni, black has white has more weaknesses than white.
Yeah.
And maybe idea for white, maybe try to protect the pawn on h3 with activating the rook on a1.
Yeah.
Idea maybe a4, and then rook a3. So but okay, D3 protecting the pawn on D4. And it looks drawish pula this game tapi rook a rook h4. Maybe black is trying to betray his rook. Rook d
Yeah.
h8. Try to pressure the pawn on h3. And I think white should prevent pawn advance, the e6 pawn to be advanced, and should prevent. Oh, I don't think that is a good move for white. I don't see a good when queen is still around. I don't think it's a
Yeah.
good idea to bring up the king. And now it's I think white will be in trouble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Okay. Maybe we can look for the other games. Maybe, huh?
Yeah. Let's go on
We
the
have too
second game.
much
It's
focus on
very,
this game.
very intriguing. The first one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, so we
All
actually
right.
the first game of second board. Leong
Mm.
won against his.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe we can look at the game. Ano?
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a London system. Memang Zikri is a London system player.
Blunder dari awal deh.
Uh,
Oh,
okay.
so quick itulah, quick game lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at the third board. Um, third board is between
Adib and Yam
yeah,
Karsun.
oh, still playing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wow.
Material balance is balanced, but
Oh,
okay, it's
close position.
a very close and it's very interesting knight position. Uh, Interesting. Knight on d3. Uh, and the bishop on the original square f1. Um, mhm. So of course, black turns to move, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, if black turns to move, I think the pawn on b3. Oh no 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 no! There is a knight on d4. A knight f4.
Ah,
Knight f4, attacking the rook on e2.
yeah.
Maybe his idea knight f4 too. Maybe to swap position with the knight on c5.
Yes, to give space
So
for the knight
yeah.
to come in, yeah. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
already like an outpost position, yeah, for knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Rook e3. Okay. Yeah. Just escaping from the attack. g5 attacking the bishop on h4. Uh, Maybe white should play bishop g3. Okay. Bishop g3. Um, Maybe he would proceed with the plan. Knight c d3.
Hmm.
So there's a threat. Bishop takes d4 because the pawn on c3 cannot take the bishop on d4 because of the queen on c2 is unprotected.
Yeah.
So that black can take queen takes c2. I think that's the main idea of playing knight c4. Oh, sorry, knight f4. Okay. This one we did. Uh, okay,
Oh,
going back again. Okay, knight d3. And I think White can solve his problem. Huh? Okay, knight takes a knight takes a b takes c4. Knight takes a c4. So now,
Oh.
because black is actually relying too much on his pawn, the pawn duo, c and I mean the c pawn, yeah,
Mm.
because supporting the knight on d3, yeah, which is the outpost. So now already gone. So
Mm.
it's a good for white.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Um, Maybe white can just simply take the knight on f4 and then try to move the rook to h3 idea,
Mm.
and maybe just uh, rook f3, some move lah, huh, can be played here. Um, Maybe we can look at another game, huh?
Yeah. Let's
Otherwise,
go
we are
on.
going to miss them.
Yeah. About the is it the last
Bot
one?
4,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So this
Shafiq
between Stroll and
again. Shafiq,
Tafik. Okay.
yeah. So Nashrul is playing black and Shafiq is playing white. Material balance is it's balanced, but white has more active pieces, especially the rooks
Mm.
on e file. Um, mhm. So the rook is defending on e8. Okay, knight g5,
Mm.
bishop takes g5,
Check.
rook takes e8 check, king g7. Um, okay. Um, Although it's a sacrifice of the exchange made by black, but I think the game is still playable
Mm.
because having a very active bishop on g5, active queen on d5, active rook on f7, and controlling the f file. Uh, Obviously, white is trying to to trade pieces, exchange pieces, huh? As many as he can. Uh, mm, I think, right. So obviously, white also try to do back rank attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Maybe rook c8, maybe then queen e8. Ideas like that. Huh?
Mhm.
He even consider sacrificing the pawn on a2 for that activity.
Mm. Now his time is less than 2 minutes. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, going. Oh yeah, Nastro is taking his time.
Mhm. Uh, should he consider taking the pawn on a2, or try to expose with b4, b4, try to weakening the pawn on d4
Mm.
idea.
Yeah.
Some ideas, okay, because apa ni, the king side ni, king is quite exposed juga, and then having a double pawn again on g2 and g3.
Mm.
uh,
Good for the dark square bishop juga. I think.
mhm,
If you
yeah.
open.
Or maybe we can look at barangkali juga the last board.
Yeah. Or is this already
Yeah,
bottom?
no, 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 yeah, but
We
this is the last
go.
part. Mhm.
We can go for
Yeah,
another bot number
first
one.
bot, yeah, bot
Yeah,
number one.
yeah. This would
Not
be
the last bot, the first bot. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Right. So now, okay, white is a piece down already.
Mm.
Seriously in trouble. Mhm.
Oh,
Positionally losing, but material also losing. Mm. It's not good for white. Mm. Very the chance of I think we should consider who's playing. So actually, Wafi is playing against Pingran Sal.
yeah.
Sal is a very experienced player, so I don't think ia akan buat anulhat.
Mm.
Maybe blunder macam mana pun Pingran Sal will not be losing. Macam mana pun
Mm.
salah.
Yeah.
The king is very safe. So even blunder rook, free rook pun still hard for white to win this game. He's still losing.
Okay. So ano na, opt for simplifying. Terus
Mhm.
yeah, and white is down on time as well. So
Mhm. Uh, that was a very can say lah, can say maybe kalau apa ni apa ni macam new players ataupun lower rated players lah King
mm.
G3 tu maybe bagi orang itu is not a blunder, but for certain level of players, yeah,
Mm.
King G3 itu is a blunder, is a big blunder actually.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, now just go for no. Hopefully Piransal will not promote into a knight, otherwise apa ni apa ni
Maybe he's trying to go for another an Ellen Stewart.
yeah, getting more popular later Ellen to if
Yeah.
he's doing the same thing. Inspired by Ellen.
Yeah, inspired by Ellen.
Right. Yeah, we can draw
Yeah.
conclusion sudah lah. White black is winning. So is it the last game
Uh,
for this no?
for this first this
Uh,
round,
yeah, for this one.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this for this, yeah. So this will be the second game. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's a
Mm.
never give up approach
Yeah.
by White, the last samurai.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rook
Mm,
G2, Rook G2 mat.
mm.
Okay.
See.
All right. Some people prefer to lose on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Is that the end of the game? Mhm. All right. D4, E6, right? C4, knight, F6. Now can transpose into Nimzo. Knight C3. Maybe can play bishop B4. Mhm. Interesting.
Mhm.
So normally I see Ping Ransal is he likes to play London system, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Now I transpose the Nimzo and English opening, English English formation.
Mm.
Mhm. So castling and maybe knight f. No, bishop d3 possible. Still ano lah book move here. Knight g e2 d5. Okay. Wafi is playing fast.
Yeah, very.
Okay. Okay. Now they are playing fast.
Hmm. I think they know the theory by heart.
yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes some players they just purposely try different openings, but at the end of the day, is transposing into
Something
the
else.
usual opening. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Just want to inilah ano sih itu
Yeah.
kacau the move order and try.
Yeah, correct. And it's going to be a disadvantage for those yang having not knowing plenty of openings and defenses.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, c5. Okay. Trying to open up the no the center. Okay. Castling. If we see the pawn ni arah e6 and the bishop arah c8, most probably black will play b6. Try to play bishop b7.
Yeah.
Based on given pawn structure lah. And okay.
Just looking at yeah, Asan commented under promote tonight the Ellen special. So there's a name already. He promoted the Ellen special. So this is a term coined by Asan. I think now it's popular. The Ellen special.
It's so popular.
Yeah.
Okay, Queen C7. Queen C7. It's a typical idea lah,
Mm.
against Queen's pawn opening with Queen C7, Queen B6, Queen F5. Opponent is symmetrical.
Mm.
Maybe the white one also having the same idea with B3 and then try to play bishop B2. Okay, rook E1 is very, very obvious. Try to do pawn breaking with E4. Maybe E4 and then try to push E5.
Mm.
The Greek sacrifice mungkin ideas. Bishop takes H7. Knight B6. Attacking the pawn on C4. Encouraging the pawn on C4 to take D5. Maybe having the same plan as white to play E5, pawn to E5, freeing the bishop on C8.
Mm. Oh,
Okay, D takes C5. Okay. So is it knight takes C4 or queen takes C5? So you got to choose, okay? He's choosing queen takes C5.
Mm.
Okay, it's good. Black. B4, is it B4 possible? B4,
oh,
and
yeah.
then you're gaining a tempo. B4, and then after queen going somewhere, push again C5, and then try to play bishop B2. Maybe we can see other games. Maybe Martin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's go on the second board. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we go on the second board? Yeah, Sal did the
Did the move.
yeah.
Yeah. Expanding the pawn on queen side.
Mm.
Mhm. Queen c7. Um,
Mm. See.
can maybe yeah can reach the knight having a tempo, yeah,
Mm.
to play knight b5 and then gaining another tempo with c5, and then the knight can go to d6. It's a rapid development
Mm.
for white. He got the chance. Wait, no. After bishop, Mhm. Yeah, knight b5. Right?
Yeah, and finally the bishop
Yeah.
c1 move. So
Mm-hmm. See one move, and it's very active lagi, very
yeah,
active on b2.
yeah.
Itu memang ada possible Greek gift lah.
Mm.
So, Greek gift
Uh,
with bishop takes f6, and then bishop takes h7. Ideas like that possible.
mm.
Mhm. Okay, maybe kita ni lihat ada games kan ya.
Yeah. Can we look at
Mhm.
the second board?
Second board, Zikri against Isa.
Oh, so it's also finished.
Mhm.
So Zikri Leong got 2 points now against Issa Musa. Maybe
Mhm.
we can quickly go through the games.
Mhm.
Uh, wait, Issa Musa playing white, I think. Oh. Can we go to the beginning? Yeah, just want to see any. Okay, from here.
Okay, D4, C6,
Mm.
F4. Oh. Mhm.
Oh.
Transposing into French position.
Mm. Oh, white is already exposed from the
Mm.
beginning, huh? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. So even up to here, we can draw conclusion sudah juga that
Mm.
black is winning.
Yeah, I think let's just ano ka nila. Let's
Uh,
see the third board lah.
yeah. Mhm.
Let's
Adib versus Yap Kasun.
fun.
Mhm.
Wise.
Balance. Yeah, balance. Yeah. White is having a good pawn structure. Uh,
Mm.
Black it's not a good pawn structure. Having apa ni, three pawn islands, one
Mm.
on arah A7, then the other two arah C7 and C6, and then the other one lagi, the third island F7, G7 and H7. Three pawn islands is not good. Endgame is for endgame is not good,
Mm.
but cuma when still pieces around, having open position itu is good for black lah, especially having two bishops. Uh, But okay, white is also having two bishops, a pair of bishops.
Mm.
Mm. So bishop f6, yeah, and knight
Mm.
e3. Uh,
Mm.
white is weak at the center, it's a central control, yeah. Maybe can apa ni, even rook e8 is also considerable. Alright, he is playing that. Uh, White having a development problem. Bishop c1 and rook a1 is not activated yet. Maybe try to apa ni, solidify dulu dia punya apa ni, queen side position with c3, maybe c3 more restriction for black, huh?
Oh,
Alright, he's going for knight takes d5. Now black ada chance untuk to adjust dia punya pawn structure with c takes d5. So you boleh adjust lah, dia punya weakness itu. Atau okay. So
yep.
okay, c takes d5, which is good for me. And then white wants to play the bishop on c1 to activate the rook on a1, tapi ia boleh buat pasal the pawn on b2 is not protected, so maybe it's a good idea to play c3. But he got to be careful juga with the discover attack, rook on e8 itu.
Yeah. Now macam tadi ada turning point Gian macam suddenly black has itulah
Yes.
ahead.
Biasanya pawn structure tu yang menentukan course of the game itu, perubahan bertukar pawn structure tu. Kalau pieces bertukar dah berapa mengubah. Kalau pawn structure ia changing the course of the game. So now ada perubahan pawn structure, c6 to d5, so benar-benar berubah sudah tu. So it's like a new position. So bishop d4, bishop d4. Okay. Kalau bishop d4 boleh gaining tempo pula if accepting the exchange. Okay, rook a d1, encouraging bishop takes e3. Okay, White managed to solve his development problem. Completed already lah, huh? It's a balance, balance apa ni game. Cuma White have a better pawn structure lah, huh? Maybe we can look at other games, maybe, huh?
Yeah, let's
Tinggalkan dulu.
last spot. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Is this
So.
okay? So the first game was a draw today, and
Mm-hmm.
then the second game, still live another.
Okay. Alright. Oh, okay. I think they are playing quite fast, because both still having 10 minutes above here. Okay. Now black is hopping a rook down, so he's hopping white to blunder, hanging rook on e1. So maybe, yeah, white is simply look for exchange, maybe rook g1 and then rook g7, forcing exchange, and then try to grab some pawns on maybe c6, or even the pawn on h7. Okay. Okay. b5, b4. So it's a good position for white. So maybe we can go to the first board, maybe, Abdul
Yeah,
Matin.
yeah. Let's look at the parents style against
Yeah.
Equan, huh?
Mhm.
Coffee.
Wafi Equant.
Mm,
Okay, now both having the same idea. Like I said today, bishop b7, bishop b2. So knight d5, knight e4. Right, interesting. Try to reach. White is trying to reach the square d6 for his knight, and maybe try to get rid of the bishop on b7. Sebab knight on d6 itu pun maybe in the jauh lama pasal the pawn on c5 itu it's apa ni, it's under attack. So bila pawn on c5 itu under attack, the knight on d6 itu tidak akan lama lah. Maybe akan anulah, swap the knight with the bishop on b7. At least there is no attack at the king side lagi.
mm.
And also knight e4, maybe you punya idea try to play queen d4. Maybe right, b5, b5, b5. So hmm, so b5.
Yeah.
I actually I think it's a good idea to move b5 because if you if we look at the the position, if there are no pieces over the board, the pawn on c5 itu is apa ni pass pawn
It's a pass pawn.
mm-hmm.
Free.
So for long term effect
Mm.
queen d4 trying to checkmate, g7. White is black is blocking with f6, and white maybe there's a discover attack there with a rook d8. Maybe it's a good idea to play knight d6, which he does. It's not a good position for black. I think the hope was actually to apa ni, to attack the pawn on c5. Tapi since after you're playing b5, now it's almost impossible to get rid of the knight on d6. Macam tadi I mention tadi pasal attacking the pawn on c5 tu, the
Mm.
knight will be temporary siya on d6. But now dia boleh dikatakan permanent lah di sana.
Mm.
So it's unless buat a sacrifice of the exchange, tapi it's not necessary juga.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And also, white has the option to take the bishop juga if he wants.
Yes,
Mm.
but at the moment the bishop is not good
Mm.
due to a very good pawn g2 and f3. It's not effective lah. The bishop is not effective there. All right. E5. Okay. E5. E5. Maybe sharing the same idea with no with white. Try to apa ni supaya the bishop on b2 itu is not effective anymore. Okay. Queen g3. Queen g4. Sorry. Okay. Queen g4. Trying to control the light squares along h3 and c8. Try to attract queen e6 check, and then try to knight check again with knight f7. And kalau in the not if black is not careful, not taking the knight, ada smothered mat.
Hmm.
Mhm. So uh, it's very juga. Got to be careful. Black, also cannot play bishop c8 because of the taking the apa ni the knight, the bishop c8. The knight will be gone on d5. Ada check di sana with the.
Yeah.
Mhm. So white, black is got to be very very careful lah in this position sebab banyak weakness di sini. The queen is overloading on c6, taking care of the knight on d5, taking care of the bishop.
Oh,
All right,
so he
all right.
can easily lose
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. So he fall into the trap.
Mm.
The queen is overloading, taking care of many pieces. Now, boleh dikatakan juga the queen also taking care of the bishop on c8.
Mm.
The rook, kalau rook take with the rook, oh yeah, maybe take with the rook.
Oh yeah,
Knight
the
takes,
there's
because the queen is protecting the square on
yeah,
e6. Yeah.
yeah. Still.
Mhm.
Uh, mm.
Uh, but still, white is queen e4. But I think it's better to play knight takes knight takes c8, and then after rook takes c8, rook d6, and then after that try to double the rook.
Mm. Yeah, because
Mhm.
the file, white can
Mhm.
control.
Mhm. And in this position, maybe black tries to apa ni to exchange the queen with knight e7, maybe lah,
Mm.
because he is under pressure, so he got to reduce the pressure with exchanging pieces. Knight e7, uh, and try to keep the knight on c6, stopping the white punya c pawn to advance.
In terms of time, I think Wafi ada advantage about a minute lah. Kayaknya he's always thinking of trying to ano lah, look at his pieces in a way macam defending lah his pieces just in case ano tu.
Yeah. Mhm. And interesting position.
Mm.
Um, very good position. Bishop e6. Trying to protect the knight on d5. Mhm. Maybe it's time for white to do pawn breaking here with f4.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
because the knight cannot go anywhere. The knight on d5 is, I think that was the correct idea to play knight e7, I think. Um, Now f4, trying to break black punya central pawn, e5. Uh, Indirectly will improve lah.
Mm.
Bishop b2 punya
Yeah.
position. It will be very very strong lah. Right. Maybe we can look at other games. Maybe.
Yeah, let's while waiting, we'll see the second game. No, sorry, second bot. Uh, so this is no, second bot is already finished. Yeah,
Yeah. Third
uh,
bot.
third bot still playing between Yap Kasun and Adib. So Adib won the first game today. Okay, Adib.
So check queen d4, check. Material balance, it's balance, yeah, balance. But white has more active pieces,
Mm,
more central control. Right, bishop d1, and trying to maneuver the bishop to f3, attacking black punya main weakness, pawn on d5.
mm,
Uh, Black is defending, and is having a very bad bishop. Looks like a big pawn there on e6,
mm. Yeah.
uh, and definitely uh, white is trying to pressure the pawn on d5. Okay, seems like black doesn't really know what to do
Mm,
with a6. I don't see a good reason to play a6. And bishop f3 as expected, and I think what black should do uh, could be try to attack the weak pawn on b2. uh, mm,
That's the only way in lah. Huh? I mean, into yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
uh, because if stay macam mana saja, not doing anything, slowly you got kind of squeeze
Mm,
and then until losing lah. Huh? So now it's very clear, like apa ni, black doesn't really know what to do here.
mm,
If you see, okay, just protecting saja queen c6, protecting the pawn on d5, and okay, so white even boleh consider ready dulu to do king side attack, maybe dulu play rook e3 dulu, okay, and then try to push the pawn h4 h5. uh, okay, now he's going for bishop g4.
mm.
uh,
Okay.
hmm, okay, f5. Okay, going back again, bishop f3. Now apa ni, okay, a5 a5. Now the bishop is very weak on e6.
Mm. There's a target as well.
Is
Like,
a target. The rook also on e7 is weak. The
mm,
rook on d8 also weak. So there are many weaknesses for black here. The pawn on d5, the pawn on a5. Okay, the king is exposed. There are many strategic weaknesses lah. So
thing the time is also 6 seconds.
mhm. Okay. Now the queen is overloading. Too many pieces to look after.
Mm,
Okay. Time pressure also.
mm.
Okay. I might even consider queen takes e6.
Yeah. With
Uh,
the yeah
uh,
yeah. Then time's up. I think
mhm,
Adib won his second game lah. Like it.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think good. No result for no Al Fatah for in this no third bot. Can we look at the fourth bot?
Mhm. Fourth pot Shafiq Nashrul.
Oh, so finally Nasrul managed to itulah to win. 31st game was a draw, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, now it's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, did it go? Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is already yeah.
Mm. Okay. Is he going for it
Mm.
or queen?
Okay. Okay. It's just,
Uh, is
so,
there any
yeah.
play?
Nasrul is from Sputnik, ah? Yeah, yeah. So I think yeah, Sputnik got half point advantage lah di port. So
Mm.
the score. Oh, actually, Al Fatah already won in terms of final score lah. 5.5 and 1.5. Uh,
Mm.
okay.
Okay. So bishop e5. Okay. Bishop f5. Rook d e2. Bishop e6. Bishop d6. Queen f6. Trying to check, and queen d4. Rook takes d6, e6. Rook takes e6. And I think losing there. Okay, try to find a perpetual check sini, but I don't think ada. King d2, queen d. Okay, hopefully
Yeah,
right. There's no blunder there. Okay.
yeah. I think it's a win also.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
winning. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, well done to Al Fatah. Tapi also well done to Sputnik for giving anu lah, a good fight lah. Ha?
Yeah.
Should be the apa not to give up the tu lah. No, anu lah, trying not to give up juga.
Yeah. Giving
Interesting.
good challenge. Yeah.
Yeah,
And considering they're newcomers. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Giving a good fight is it's a good thing to see lah from from them.
Mm, yeah. So yeah, well done to Al Fatah for winning. Yeah, I think and as well before we know we end I think we can look through the comment section because
Yeah.
remember showing a puzzle there
Yeah.
Sea of RZ or is so far yeah there's no solution
Mm-hmm.
yeah for the puzzle. Maybe we can show the puzzle lagi sekali on the last screen. I think if there's is here Israel, maybe he can show the solution already to the puzzle. But honestly speaking, for me, it's not that simple lah. Although I mentioned it was simple because once I saw the solution, it was simple lah. It's itulah you have to think I think outside the box as well and trying to look at the board and see all the possible moves lah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's always like this type of puzzle when you look at yeah, like king, yeah, the annoying escape square at C2 and E4 tu macam anu lah annoying lah macam you can't really mate in two and then there's also like a bishop checking the queen at B4 so that's like spoiling the mate in two lah jadi mate in three dia apa so basically the diagonal itulah the diagonal B1 to H7 that is the key. So if you could put a piece there macam a skewer atau macam bishop or queen controlling that is the key lah. Uh, yeah, so yeah, I'm actually waiting for is if there's any solution here
Mm-hmm.
or could we just reveal the solution? Is that okay? Because I think it's already. I promised to ano lah, give the solution here lah. Clear?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, yeah, it took me actually 2 days
Mhm.
to find the solution. Actually, I didn't get to find the solution lah at the end of the day. Tapi one of our members saw the solution here.
Mhm.
Okay, like for example, castling long is also like a possibility, like things that we ano lah jarang melihat lah in
Mhm.
puzzle yang macam ano ni. So another question is in this position, sometimes you have to think what's the last move for black. Huh?
Mhm.
So for black, it could be a pawn move juga, like from D7 to D5. Huh?
Mhm.
That is a possibility of ano lah, a move before this ano this position. So there's a possibility in there of apa en passant.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is actually the solution. It was actually found by our one of our members je lah during that time. So the solution is actually en passant. And then the rest, if you play out the move, is already like made into lah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting puzzle. I think brilliant puzzle. I would say lah from Israel. I think uh, I didn't really see. I think that possibility itu macam apa ni orang jarang lah in puzzles like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah. So Unfasten actually blocks the bishop check juga and
Mhm.
open the access for the apa ni bishop to go to apa namanya ni e4 square, and
Mhm.
if rook takes the queen, there's also the rook lah juga. So
Mhm.
yeah, macam itulah, macam very itulah. So I think that's the solution. I think given by Anuja Arzi. So interesting lah, Piran Ja. I think
Mhm.
for match tonight, and also anu lah, the audience here satu lah. Every time there's anunya, there's Alan. Apa namanya? There's lots of audience lah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So any observation lagi, Pangeran, before we end the stream tonight?
No.
Hmm.
Vision tu saja. Maybe apa ni, good spirit,
Hmm.
better adalah apa ni, play ataupun good games lah for the next round, for
Hmm.
second round.
Yeah.
That's it lah for me tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Pangeran. Yeah, and then also stay tuned for tomorrow. It's the match 7. Two interesting games. I think the 8 o'clock game is also interesting. And of course, the much awaited game, 9:30 game lah. It's
Mhm.
number 1 versus number 2. I can already say I'm not playing tomorrow. So trying to relax lah. So trying to support lah sejak from from tapi it will be interesting. Even for me, I mean, yeah, I would like to watch that game lah walau till 9:30.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. Yeah, betul. So, okay, that's it, everyone. I hope you're happy to watch the stream tonight. It's the final game of round 1. And tomorrow is the final, basically, it's final game lah of round 1 for the other teams. Interesting. And also, just to remind everyone, there's actually no breaks between round 1 and round 2. So,
Mhm.
terus there's a ongoing match lah, terus ke round 2 lah kiranya macam tu. So,
Mhm.
macam mana lah, terus berlawan.
Yeah.
So, but we'll try to give some ano lah, some summary of the games of round 1 lah, kira overall.
Mhm.
I think other teams will also like try to discuss itulah what's the strategy for round 2, because they will be facing each other lagi lah.
Mhm.
Interesting. Yep. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, thank you everyone. Good night and stay safe and keep on playing chess lah online. Yep.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
right.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you everyone. Good night.